Lord of the Universe anime series tells us about a young man named Ye Chen, an Earthling who is cultivated for hundreds of years and has become an ancient god. Most significantly, he has mastered the spatial power, a power to manipulate space. Over a period of time in the god's realm, he inherits the inheritance of the god temple and eventually became the Godking. Many years after, he got engagement with a beautiful princess named An Xue, of the Snow and Wind Kingdom. But after meeting her during their engagement day, he found out that she wants to conquer all the realms of the universe and be the only ruler of all those realms, with the help of power of the god temple. Indeed, she wants the sovereign power and authority over all the realms of the universe for herself. Ye Chen was also proposed to join hand with her because he is the only one who has access to the god temple, which hold an overwhelming power in the universe, but he immediately declined her proposal, as he believes in love, freedom and harmony. Therefore, upon his rejection, she plots a plan against him. Accordingly, she joined hands together with the flame Godking and some ferocious evil gods, and pursue the life of Ye Chen, which ultimately results in the loss of his godly body. Interestingly, she did not take his life, for she knew that if Ye Chen dies, they would not get the key to access the god temple. Also, she knew that Ye Chen may use the power of the god temple to kill every one of them along with him. So she trapped him in a faraway barbaric world in a mortal body, hoping to convince him to join on her side. Infact, on the other hand, Ye Chen did not utilize the power of God Temple to defeat the ferocious evil gods, because he was afraid that the overwhelming power of the God Temple may bring disbalance in the universe itself. Now in this faraway barbaric world, he lives for hundreds of years, planning and cultivating his power, patiently waiting to have revenge over the ferocious evil gods, who has plots against to kill him previously. Will Ye Chen able to stop them from conquering the realms of the universe? Will he revenge the evil gods? Stay tuned till the end of the video if you don't want to miss the full stories. 2,000 years has passed in the blink of an eye. Ye Chen has been hiding in this world in An Xue city in the Yen kingdom of the Finduan continent, planning to take the next step for the upcoming unstoppable fights. Being in this world, he has established a strong organization called the Flower God Palace, through which he has businesses in hundreds of countries and thousands of states on the Finduan continent. He has thousands of servants and underlings, among which An Xue, the master of all those underlings and servants. Su Xiao, the leader of Dan Tai's mage team. Zhou Yan of the Flower God Palace Outer Sect. Two handymen, Wu Long and Zhang Feng, and lastly a female servant Xiao Zhen. They were all well-known members of the Flower God Palace. He has indeed established a great strength in this world. Notwithstanding the normal people, even an emperor dare not to behave in front of the Flower God Palace. However, these few days the Yen Kingdom were facing threats from the demon wolf armies of the Northern D Kingdom. Nevertheless, An Xue city does not get any excuse, as it is also a part of the Yen Kingdom. But the table were turned down by An Xue, who frightened and chased the demon wolf army back to their kingdom. That night Ye Chen decides to go to the Northern D Kingdom for his personal purpose. The next day he begins his journey through a densely covered snow mountains. As he was passing simultaneously through the densely covered snow mountains, he unexpectedly jumped onto some demon wolf armies led by their general Mo Yi, who is kidnapping a young maiden, named Mu Qingzhu, the holy saint of the Snow Shadow clan. Ye Chen immediately defeats him with his spatial power and rescues the young maiden Mu Qingzhu. Thereafter they introduce each other. Meantime, after analyzing Ye Chen's power, she immediately recognized him to be an ancient god. So she tries persuading him to visit their clan, ensuring to give him access to the secrets of their Snow Shadow clan. But Ye Chen is not interested in their secret and immediately refused her offer. Just then they were suddenly attacked by fire which pours down from the sky, as a result burning down the densely covered snow forest. Ye Chen then takes away Mu Qingzhu and immediately hides behind a mountain, finally escaping from the fire attack. Moments later the fire attacks disappeared. Following this, Ye Chen decides to escort Mu Qingzhu to her Snow Shadow clan safely. Thus they begins their journey. Meanwhile, through their conversation on their journey, he came to know about the ancestor of the Snow Shadow clan to be an ancient god of life and finally got interested to see her tomb. Soon after traveling a few miles, they finally reached their destination, but they were suddenly attacked by the assassins of the Hashan clan. However, Ye Chen easily defeats them. Off air the fight, They seized the members of the Snow Shadow clan to be missing and the houses were burned down by the assassins of the Hashin clan. Therefore, they decides to go to the tomb of the ancient god of life. Few moments later, they reached the entrance of the ancient tomb. There they seize the entrance regarded by the 10,000 spirit killing formation, which is used for blocking the external enemies that try to break in. To her surprise, Ye Chen decides to teleport using his spatial power. Indeed, they did so and teleport together inside the ancient tomb. Following this, they found a drop of blood stained on a rock that contains the aura of spirit-devouring beast, a creature that roams the universe, feeding on the flesh and blood of living beings, to which even the ancient gods were afraid to confront. Following this, they went towards the center of the tomb and seize a big space shuttle. The space shuttle immediately attacks them. Ye Chen teleport and dodge the attack. After the attack, a lady who is possessed by the spirit-devouring beast appeared before them. Mu Qingzu recognized her to be their clan's priestess, but regardless of their relationship, she attacks her because her body was possessed by the spirit-devouring beast. Mu Qingzu managed to defend herself. However, on her second attack, Ye Chen quickly saves Mu Qingzu using his spatial power. Following this, Ye Chen covered Mu Qingzu with his magical barrier and begins his fight with the possessed priestess. Finally he managed to bring out the evil spirit-devouring beast out of priestess' body. The spirit-devouring beast then rushed out to possess the body of Ye Chen but failed to do so, because Ye Chen has a void inside his body, which is why he could trap the spirit-devouring beast easily. Now they seize that the space shuttle has awakened and transformed into an artificial intelligence. After few inquiries to the AI, they came to know that its name is Ruki and her master is the god of life who has died while sealing a spirit-devouring beast with her life. They also know that after the sealing of the spirit-devouring beast, the seals were divided into 7 parts and was spread over this barbaric world. Upon more inquiries, they know that the seal were now turned into a life contract scroll by which they could revive the god of life. But the other disadvantage is that the spirit-devouring beast may revive too. Ruki requests Ye Chen to help reviving its master, the god of life, but he immediately refused the request as his spatial power is not enough, and if he indeed managed to revive her alive, he would not have enough power to deal with the beast as well as other enemies. Thereafter they teleport out of the tomb and went to a house in the icy forest. Soon they make their journey towards the Flower God Palace outer gate, Moon Shadow Villa. While in the way, they suddenly meet an old little man named Ye Chen, who asks them about a little girl running away from his attack. Ye Chen immediately knew that the old man Ye Chen is speaking about Su Xiao Xiao, but he walks away silently without even uttering the word. Upon felt insulted, the old man Ye Chen attacks Ye Chen but he is immediately kicked out of his sight to a faraway mountain. Moments later, they found out that the Moon Shadow Villa has been destroyed by the Hashin clan. He got into rage after seeing such condition of his villa, but could not do anything because if he does use his power, the enemy may sense his power and comes to attack him. However, he could not let his members to die simply. Therefore he hides Mu Qingzu and Priestess in a cave and went alone to help his members in the fight with Hashin clan. Soon he appeared in a place where An Xue has been injured by the elder of the Hashin clan named Yan Hong. So he finally saves her from his hand. He then uses spatial power to kill him but suddenly a power pours down from the sky and saves Yan Hong from his hand. Ye Chen could not do anything against it so he let him escape for the time being. Now, after the fight ends they hide themselves in Fangzhou city. Following this, in his drawing room he meets An Yang, the younger sister of An Xue, his greatest enemy. Through her he knows that her elder sister, An Xue, has got engaged with Flame Godking. In spite of feeling sad, Ye Chen warns her that her elder sister engagement with Flame Godking is just for the mere benefits and she does not has any feelings and emotion for anyone except for herself. After that, at night Ye Chen finds out a piece of life contract scroll in An Xue's hand. He memorized the formula written on the scroll and gave back to An Xue. He indeed knows that some powerful beings may come to snatch away the scroll. However, he gave her the scroll since it increases her power. And he also told her to hand over the scroll if she could not defend herself from any powerful beings. Indeed he told her to value her life more than the materialistic scroll. Thereafter he went to sleep. Moments later he found himself in a dream world of Princess An Xue of the Snow and Wind Kingdom. There, An Xue tries to persuade him to give her the key of the God Temple but Ye Chen immediately refused to give the key, for he knew very well about her evil intention. Upon failing to persuade, she traps him in her dream world where 1000 days in the dream world equals 1 day in the real world. And in the real world, 2 days has passed, whereas in the dream world Ye Chen has lived for 2000 days. Now, in the dream world he awakes a trapped beast who rules the seasons, the wind and the rain, and enslave it. Meanwhile, on the other hand, An Xue borrows a forbidden spell of fire from the flame god king in order to subdue Ye Chen. Back to the main scenario, and Yang came into the dream world where Ye Chen has been trapped. She then informed him about the fights between Flower God Palace and the Hashan clan. She also informed him about Tan Taiyue's injuries caused by fighting Yin Hong. So Ye Chen finally used the power of the God Temple and comes out to the scenario and sees Tan Taiyue being severely injured. He then killed Yin Hong with his dragon beast immediately. Meanwhile, on the other side, An Xue captured her younger sister An Yang for saving Ye Chen. Soon, Ye Chen instantly comes and defends for her with the power of the God Temple. So she immediately kidnapped An Yang and took her away to their kingdom, finally escaping from Ye Chen's attack. That night the old master also appeared before them and demanded the life contract scroll, ensuring them to save An Yang. Ye Chen indeed agrees and gave the scroll to him. Following this, the old master shared him some secrets about the existence of doppelganger of Flame God King in this barbaric world and finally leave the place. Thereafter they set out for the Northern D Kingdom. After reaching there they auction some of their treasures. They are, spiritual void grass, legendary flame elixir and the seal of Northern D Kingdom, which was bought from the black market by Ye Chen. Interestingly, these were all bought by the king of the Northern D Kingdom, Thor Khan. That night Ye Chen ordered his underlings to distribute the money to the members of this territory to shift their home to the other places, warning them that something is going to happen in this territory. Thereafter, he went to the secret chamber where Thor Khan is activating the seal. Ye Chen tries to snatch away the ownership, but Thor Khan has already dropped his blood. So the treasure chooses Thor Khan as its owner. It appears that the treasure is an eternal god armor. Ye Chen fought him for a while but could not defeat him. So he somehow managed to snatch away the core of the eternal god armor and teleport away, to a place where Mu Qingzu is searching the high priestess. There he made the core to recognize him as its master. Following this, he went back to Thor Khan and easily snatched away the armor, saying that the armor is made for the Lord of the Universe. Thereafter, they went to an underground cave where the high priestess was being captured by the spirit-devouring beast. Ye Chen finally rescued her and enslaved the spirit-devouring beast. Following this, they also got a piece of life contract scroll. Meanwhile, a female named Linger is shown destroying the Flower God Palace. Tan Taiyue fights her but could not harm her, for she is much powerful than herself. Then she summons the doppelganger of the Flame God King. But surprisingly, the doppelganger got trapped by the formation Ye Chen has made. In fact, Linger is a spy from the Flower God Palace. Therefore, the doppelganger of Flame God King activated the red flame poison inside her body and instantly killed her on the spot. Ye Chen then, out of rage, killed the doppelganger of the Flame God King. Meanwhile, on the other side, An Xue finally killed the main Flame God King and absorbed his law of fire. Back to the main scenario, Ye Chen and your 16 underlings marched towards the Snow and Wind Kingdom for the final war. In fact, he had made his 16 underlings to reach the God Realm with the help of his eternal God King armor. Few hours later, they reached the Snow and Wind Kingdom. Following this, his underling fights with the guardian beasts, whereas Ye Chen went to fight An Xue. Soon their fights begins. Firstly, An Xue attacks Ye Chen but he easily dodged her attacks. Likewise they exchanged several blows. Now, An Xue, upon failing to defeat Ye Chen as he has eternal God King armor, she immediately went to space near a sun-like star. Ye Chen also followed her. To his surprise, An Xue decides to sacrifice herself using the law of fire, which she has absorbed by killing the main body of Flame God King. She then blows the sun-like star towards Ye Chen. Indeed, she was sure that her soul will be still alive despite her body get destroyed. Meanwhile, Ye Chen tries his best to defend himself, but the power overwhelmed him and burned down his eternal God King armor. However, after struggling for a while, he finally managed to survive by subduing the power. On the other hand, An Xue is shocked upon seeing him still alive because she was confident that Ye Chen would surely die by her attack. She could not accept that she failed to kill Ye Chen. However, she could do nothing more to kill him as she is dying slowly. Indeed, her body fades away slowly. and the final victory comes to Ye Chen. Now at the last scene, An Xue is shown in a dungeon where she was tied up with a powerful chain. There suddenly, the old master appears and reveals his evil plan in using An Xue in acquiring the life contract. This is how the season 1 of Lord of the Universe anime ends. Thank you for watching. Stay connected.